Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Thornton Fractional South High School in Lansing for tonight's matchup between the Highland Trojans and the TF South Rebels. Opening kick from the Trojans goes to number 9 for the Rebels, Sean Wilson. Nice return up the left side, 10 or 15 yards. And the Rebels will take over 1st and 10 as they come out. They're led by quarterback number 8, Isaiah Lewis. 1st and 10 Rebels at their own 32-yard line. Lewis back in the shotgun. High snap, but Lewis is able to hang on to it. Rolls right, looking downfield. He's got a man open. That's number 6, Devion Goodson. Cuts back to the middle of the field, inside Highland territory. Big gain on the Rebels' first offensive play of the evening. And the ball is now spotted just inside the 30-yard line. Lewis again back in the shotgun. Slight motion. Lewis, quick snap, throws the ball out left side. It's incomplete, intended for Michael Smith. Flag down on the play. The holding call will back the Rebels back to their own 38-yard line. Check that, the Highland 38-yard line. 1st and about 15. Here's the pitch to number 24, Jamarian Gaines. He gets back to about the original line of scrimmage, but we have another flag down on the play. Second and about 8. Smith under center, quick handoff to Gaines, who cuts in the middle of the field, makes a nice move, and works his way down close to inside the 20-yard line. And now the Rebels have 1st and goal at the Trojan 10. Lewis, quick toss to number 2, Michael Smith. Cuts into the inside, near the end zone, and in for a Rebel touchdown. Michael Smith off the left side, a 10-yard run, and the Rebels with an impressive opening drive, taking the ball about 65, 70 yards. They take a 6-0 lead. The extra point try by Eduardo Melgoza is good, and with 9:57 remaining in the first, the Rebels jump out to a 7-0 lead. Kickoff by the Rebels, but a whistle before the kick. So Melgoza will do it again. Good crowd on hand tonight for the Rebels season opener. Melgoza's kick pulled to the left and goes out of bounds right around the 25-yard line. Head coach Pete Koulianos for the Trojans will have a decision, and he will put the ball at the 35-yard line, where the Trojans will have it 1st and 10. Number 12, Ethan Lidovez, the quarterback. He's around the left side. Really gains nothing there. Brought down finally by number 52, Amari Jackson for the Rebels. Short gain, maybe 2 on the play. 2nd and 8. Lidovez back in shotgun. Inside handoff to number 10, Jonah Tillman. Cuts his way to about the 41-yard line, where it is 3rd and 3. Lidovez again, inside handoff to number 10, Jonah Tillman. And he's out near a 1st down. We'll have to see the spot. I believe he does have it. And it is a 1st down for the Trojans at their own 48-yard line. Lidovez back, shotgun snap, man in motion. Lidovez with a keeper around the left side, and he's Brought down there by number 2, Michael Smith. Good tackle by Smith. 1 yard gain, and it'll bring up 2nd and 9 for Highland. Highland comes into the ball game with a 1-1 record after beating Hammond Morton and losing to Crown Point. Movement there on the Trojan offensive line. That will back them up 5 yards. Actually, the infraction is encroachment against the Rebels. So it is a 5 yard gain instead for the Trojans, who are now 2nd and 4 inside Rebel territory. Lidovez, inside handoff to number 42, Christian Rios. Jukes his way forward, picks up 3 or 4 on the play. Enough for a first down. And the Trojans answering right back with an impressive drive of their own after the Rebels did the same to take the early lead. Lidovez with the give to Tillman around the left side. He's got some blocking. Good run there as he had 2 men out front of him. Works his way down deeper into Rebel territory before being brought down by Amari Jackson. And now the Trojans set up 1st and 10 again. Lidovez in shotgun, 2 receivers split to the right. Here's the snap. Lidovez again with a handoff to Tillman, and this time a host of Rebels meet him almost immediately to bring him down. Possibly a short gain on the play, not much. Actually a loss on the play, so it's 2nd and 11 for Highland. Lidovez up under center. 2 receivers near side this time. Man in motion, Lidovez rolls to his left, looking, and that pass is batted down and almost intercepted by number 10, Caleb Jones. Got his arms up almost immediately on that play, taking away a passing lane, and now the Trojans are in 3rd and 11. 3 receivers right, another man in motion. Another offside penalty on the Rebels. Shortens the distance for Highland and now makes it 3rd and 6. Lidovez, 2 receivers left and right. 1 back. Quick screen to number 10, Tillman, on the left side. Rebels really read that pretty well. Get over there and hold the Trojans to a short gain. So the Trojans face 4th and about 5, and they are going for it inside Rebel territory. Lidovez tries to draw him off with a hard count. Now a man in motion. It's a keeper by Lidovez. Works his way up the middle of the field. Have to wait for a spot. And Lidovez short of the first down. The Rebels hold on downs. And with 4:06 remaining here in the first, TF South will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. 7-0 lead, a 10-yard touchdown run on the Rebels' first drive. A reverse to number 23, Xavier Leon. And the Trojans were not fooled at all there. 3 or 4 defenders immediately read that. Loss of 6 on the play. And now it's 2nd and long for TF South. Isaiah Lewis back. Man in motion for the Rebels. It is a give to number 6, Davion Goodson. Works his way around the right side. Stays in bounds. Really nice run there as he was pinned in on the sideline, was able to cut back in and pick up another 8 to 10 yards. But we do have a flag down, so we'll see what the result of the play is. So the holding call wipes out the great gain there and now puts the Rebels in a 2nd and 18 situation. Isaiah Lewis rolling to his right, looking down the field, intended for Davion Goodson, but both quarterback and wide receiver ran out of real estate there on that play. The ball went out of bounds, and now the Rebels face 3rd and 18. Lewis back to pass. Now he's going to keep it, running up the middle of the field. Oh, great move there on number 42, Christian Rios. Lewis picked up at least an extra 5 yards after a great juke there on Rios. And it is enough for a Rebel first down at the 30-yard line. Lewis, quick toss to number 2, Michael Smith. He gets around the left edge, works his way out, stays in bounds, and he's up near midfield. Have to see the spot. Really good run by Smith. And 2 big plays have moved the Rebels from their own 20-yard line or so all the way up over midfield and inside Trojan territory where it's 1st and 10. Lewis with the pitch to Gaines. Jamarian Gaines around the right side. Gain of a couple on the play before he's knocked out of bounds. A 14-yard gain moves the Rebels deeper into Highland territory. They've had success on both drives with a couple of big plays on each. Now Lewis, shotgun snap, inside handoff to number 24, Jamarian Gaines. And this time, Christian Rios for the Trojans sniffs that play out. Gaines may have got back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 for TF South. They lead 7-0 as we work our way down toward the end of the first quarter play. Lewis back to throw. Quick rush on him. He's having trouble getting it. Now he releases it. And the pass is complete to number 9, Sean Wilson Jr. Give credit to Lewis on that play for being able to keep the play alive. Got away from the early rush. Was able to tuck the ball down, step up, and hit Wilson Jr. for another Rebel first down. And that is going to be the final play of the first quarter. At the end of 1, it is TF South 7 and Highland High School 0. Welcome back to the second quarter of play. TF South inside Highland territory. Fake handoff. Isaiah Lewis rolling to the right, looking into the end zone. Oh, he had 2 men open. Number 5, Joseph Turner, and number 6, Davion Goodson were both in the back of the end zone. Both were open, and unfortunately Lewis airmailed it just a bit. This time Lewis, quick handoff to number 24, Jamarian Gaines, stretching the ball out. He is into the end zone for a TF South touchdown. Give credit to the Rebel offensive line there for opening a huge hole off that left side. Gaines burst through that hole and really wasn't touched till he got near the goal line. And now Melgoza for the Rebels will attempt to make it a 14-0 game. The extra point is up and good. And early in this second quarter, the TF South with 2 impressive scoring drives, and they lead it 14-0. Melgoza with the kick, fielded by Highland at about their 10-yard line. That's number 10, Jonah Tillman. Good return on the play, brought down there by Goodson for the Rebels. And now the Highland Trojans, who Also had success on their first drive, moved the ball pretty well before stalling deep inside Rebel territory. They have their second possession and look to cut into this Rebel 2-touchdown lead. Litoveds for Highland gives to number 42, Christian Rios. His burst up a middle before half the Rebel defense bottles him up. Pickup of about 5 on the play. Be 2nd and 5 for Highland. Litoveds brings them up to the line now. 2 receivers near side. Man in motion to the right, and the give is to that man in motion, Aurice Hawkins. Check that, Xavier Arce. Arce maybe picks up 1 or 2 on the play before being brought down by Michael Smith. 3rd and a long 6 for the Trojans. Plenty of time for them to get back in it here. Back to throw Litoveds. Steps up in the pocket. He's almost sacked and gets it away where it is caught by number 10, Jonah Tillman. Not much gain there on the play. And now Litoveds, I checked that, well, Litoveds and the Highland staff have a decision to make, and they will punt. The Trojan punt out over the 50-yard line where it is downed by Highland, and the Rebels will take over 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line with 9:21 remaining in the first half. Isaiah Lewis looking to see if he can move the Rebels again for their 3rd scoring drive of the night. He's got 3 receivers out to the right. Quick pass over the middle. Gain of 11 or 12 yards. Michael Smith with the reception before he's brought down. That's a gain of about 14 on the play, and now the Rebels have 1st and 10. Quick tempo, inside handoff to Gaines. Great cut back to the right side. He works his way down inside Trojan territory. Another big gain for Jamarian Gaines, who's having a big first half. Over 20 yards or more on that play, and now the Rebels are on the move. Quick tempo offense. 1st and 10 at the Highland 11-yard line. Lewis fakes the handoff to Gaines, looks for number 2, Michael Smith, hits him on the quick pass. Gain of a few yards on the play. It'll be second and 10. Check that, 2nd and 5 for the Rebels. Lewis staying in the shotgun. The snap is fumbled and picked back up by Lewis. He now scrambles, gets around the right side, flags down on the play, and as soon as that snap was dropped, that play broke down for the Rebels. And so now, after the penalty, they are back at the Highland 10-yard line. Lewis surveys the field. Back to throw. Throws for the left side. He's got number 9, Sean Wilson Jr. on the quick slant into the end zone for the Rebels. And the Rebels have scored touchdowns on their first 3 possessions of the evening. And they now lead 20-0 with an extra point attempt coming. Give Isaiah Lewis credit. So far, very sharp in this first half. Avoiding the rush on some plays, making some really nice throws. And now Eduardo Melgoza is in again for the Rebels, who again have taken their first 3 drives of the evening and have put touchdowns up on each of them. Actually, this is Christian Luna in for this extra point. And it is up and good. And the TF South Rebels have stormed out to a 21-0 lead over Highland with 7:48 left in the first half. Melgoza's kick is fumbled and then picked back up by the Trojans. Number 10, Jonah Tillman, after the muff, was able to return the ball to about the 15-yard line, and that's where Highland will have it. They could really use a score here before halftime. Again, they've been able to move the ball, just haven't been able to put any points on the board. Handoff off the left side. Number 42, Christian Rios, picks up a couple. Second and long for the Trojans. Rebels looking to go for the kill here. If they can get some kind of turnover and score again before the half, be a huge lead. Rios up the middle. Gain of about 8 or 9 on the play, and now it is 3rd and 1 for Highland. Power backfield, and it's Tillman again. Check that, it's Rios again. Off the right side. Picks up the first down, and Highland's drive will continue. Highland's been able to run the ball. Passing game has yet to get going. Two-back backfield. Lidoved's fumble. On the ground, I believe Lidoved's was able to recover it. Trojans maintain possession. Loss of 4 on the play, 2nd and 14. 5:34 left here in the first half. Lidoved's gives the ball again to Rios. He's up the middle, and this time there's not much there. Brought down by number 51, Antoine Radcliffe for the Rebels. And Highland now in a 3rd and long. This time Lidoved's is back in the shotgun position. Quick snap, Lidoved's looking down the field. He actually had a man open. That was number 3, Xavier Arce. Rebel defender kind of mistimed the jump, and Arce had a shot at it. But it falls incomplete, and now it is 4th and long, and the Trojans will punt. Number 29 for Highland, that's their punter, Ian Fulkerson. May have had that kick partially blocked. But a flag on the play, roughing the kicker penalty against the Rebels, a costly one there, will give Highland the ball and a first down just short of midfield. Lidoved's with the give to Rios. Big play there by number 52. That's Amari Jackson, who burst into the middle of the field, sniffed out that run, and brought Rios down for almost no gain. Second and 11 on the play, or on this play, excuse me. Lidoved's quick toss to Rios. He's going to try the right edge. Picks up a couple before being brought down by number 10, Caleb Jones for the Rebels. Rios has been a busy man for the Trojans tonight. He and Jonah Tillman getting most of the action offensively. As again, Highland having trouble getting a passing game going. 3rd and 11. Lidoved's play action. Looks out to the left and overthrows the intended receiver, Mason Plebanski. So now Highland has a decision to make. They will punt, and Christian Rios gets it away. Kind of shanks that punt off the right side. Punt goes less than 10 yards, and now the Rebels have a chance to really put a dagger in. 3 minutes left first half, 3-touchdown lead already. And they have the ball. Isaiah Lewis. Handoff to Jamarian Gaines. Off the left side. Pickup of 1 or 2 on the play. It'll be maybe 2nd and 9. Now the Rebels shift their backfield. Lewis back, takes the snap, gives it to number 6, Davion Goodson, around the right side. But Highland had 3 or 4 guys on that play immediately. Goodson really had nowhere to go, and it's going to result in a loss. 3rd and about 12 for Highland with 1:44 left in the first half. Not sure how Coach Bob Padjen wants to play it. Go aggressive here or just run out the clock. We shall see. Quick screen out to Jamarian Gaines. Got a little bit of room. Oh, and he's met immediately by number 10, Jonah Tillman, whose helmet comes off on the play. Big hit on that play. Gaines had some open field to work with, but Highland closed pretty quickly. And now with 4th and 10, the Rebels, for the first time this evening, will punt the ball away. High snap to Lewis, but he has time. Kick is almost blocked. Lewis gets a pretty good punt away. Great roll as it works its way down inside the Rebel, or let's check that, the Highland 10-yard line. Flag on the play, another costly penalty against the Rebels. A holding penalty will force Lewis to repunt. And what was a punt down inside the Highland 10-yard line will now be a redo. Snap to Lewis this time. Another good kick. Highland's going to let it bounce, and again it takes a Rebel bounce. And believe it or not, the Rebels are going to end up downing it almost exactly where the prior punt was. Deep in Highland territory. And Highland has about a minute left in the first half, and they've got 90 yards in front of them. See if they can come up with any points here before the first half runs out. Linoveds, quick screen to number 3, Xavier Arce. 4 or 5 Rebels there on the play, led by Michael Smith. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 for Highland. Rebels smartly took a timeout there, with Highland deep in their own territory, hoping for a turnover or a fumble. Number 10, Jonah Tillman around the left side. He is met immediately by Amari Jackson for the Rebels. And again, the Rebels will use a timeout here. An unsportsmanlike call against the Rebels will move Highland into a 1st and 10 situation. Again, the only thing really keeping the Rebels down in this first half is the yellow flags coming out of the officials' pockets. 4 or 5 key penalties that have hurt them and have actually extended some Highland drives. Time winding down first half here. And Highland see if they get another playoff before the end of the half. They do. And it's number 10, Jonah Tillman for the Trojans. He keeps churning his legs. Good effort there by Tillman. But time has expired here in the first half. And the TS South Rebels took 3 of their 4 first half possessions and converted them into touchdowns and have built themselves a 21-0 lead. We're back for third quarter action. The Rebels will be kicking off right to left. Eduardo Melgoza. With the kick picked up by Jonah Tillman at about his 5. Tries to get around the left side, and he's brought down there by the Rebels special team players. So Highland has their first possession of the second half. They trail by 3 touchdowns. And we'll see if Ethan Linoveds can get the Highland Trojan offense rolling into the Rebel end zone. Linoveds with a quick pass out to number 4, Brandon Hubbard. Pass falls incomplete. 2nd and 10 for Highland. They have 2 receivers out to the right. Linoveds inside handoff to Jonah Tillman. He's up the middle of the field. Good cutback on the play. Gain of about 15 on the play for the Trojans. And they now have 1st and 10. Again, looking to cut into this Rebel lead. Plenty of time left for Highland here in this half, especially if they can score in this opening drive. Linoved, shotgun snap, quick pass out to number 81. That's Quentin McToy. Rebels were there almost immediately, and no gain on the play. 2nd down for Highland. Rebels not blitzing much, it doesn't seem. They're just straight up coverage is really shutting down the Trojan passing game. Number 10, Jonah Tillman, up the middle. Pickup of 2 or 3 on the play, and Highland will now face 3rd and 7 from their own 28-yard line. Linoveds brings him up to the line of scrimmage. Takes the snap, drops back, looks over the middle of the field. He hits Christian Rios for a short gain. Don't believe it's enough for the first down. And with a 4th and 1, Highland down 3 scores, is going to go for it. Linoveds, inside handoff to Tillman. It's going to be close. Tough to tell from this angle. Think he may have picked up the first down. Let's see what happens. And indeed he did. The exchange there between Linoveds and Tillman looked a bit awkward, but Tillman was able to secure it and get just enough for a Trojan first down at the 36-yard line. Man in motion, Linoveds gives, check that, keeper, he keeps it himself. Good play fake there to Xavier Arce. Linoveds with the quarterback keeper. Takes it out to the Highland 48-yard line. And the Trojans getting what they need here. A good possession of this second half. Handoff to Rios. Maybe a gain of 1, not much more. Second and 9. Just under 8 minutes left here in the third quarter of play. Linoveds again with the keeper. He's going to try the right edge this time. Picks up a couple before number 52, Amari Jackson for the Rebels, brought him down. Might be a little injured on the play. So it is 3rd and about 1 for Highland. They trail by 21. Linoveds again with the keeper. This is the 3rd time. Linoveds with a big hole. works his way down deep inside Rebel territory to the Rebel 21-yard line. And now a little different look in this half as Litovets has kept the ball on the run pass option plays and has had 3 very successful gains in this drive. This time the handoff goes to Arce around the left side. He's got the edge, working his way down close to and into the end zone for a Highland Trojan touchdown. And the Trojans picked up exactly what they needed, taking this first possession of the second half and taking it down the length of the field for a touchdown. The extra point is up and good. And with 6:35 left in the third quarter, TF South leads Highland 21-7. Kickoff from Highland goes out of bounds, and so the Rebels will take over at their own 35-yard line. And now let's see what the Rebels have to answer back after an impressive Highland drive to open up this second half. Isaiah Lewis back in the shotgun. High snap. He's able to corral it. And the handoff to Gaines is sniffed out by the Trojan defense. Loss of 1 on the play, 2nd and 11. And now Highland's starting to smell a momentum shift. This time the handoff goes to Gaines. Tries the right side. Pickup of about 6 or 7 on the play, 3rd and 5. Isaiah Lewis keeps the ball this time around the right edge. Great play fake. Knocked out of bounds, but clearly enough for a first down there on the play, and that's a big one for the Rebels as momentum again was starting to shift a little bit. Just over 5 minutes remaining here in this third quarter, and 1st and 10 for the Rebels. 3 receivers out to the near side. Low snap, play fake. It's Isaiah Lewis keeping the ball into the middle of the field, working his way down into Highland territory. That's a big gain on the play. Gain of almost 20, and the Rebels are in business inside Highland territory. 1st and 10. This time 3 receivers to the top of the screen. The handoff to Jamarian Gaines. Almost got away from that first tackler, Christian Rios. Rios was able to hang on until he got some help. And that brought down Gaines for a loss of 2. It'll be 2nd and 12. Gaines as the only back. The snap is low. Lewis picks it up. He's being pursued. He's on the run. Gets the pass away. Low snap on that play really messed up the timing, and Lewis was just trying to keep the play alive with his feet. Pass was incomplete, and now it's 3rd and long. Better snap this time. Lewis, pressure right away, steps to the right, looking downfield. He's got a man open. It is number 5, Joe Turner, with a great catch on the low throw for a Rebel touchdown. And TF South has answered back. The extra point attempt by Melgoza is good. And Lewis's pass to Turner has given the Rebels a 28-7 lead. What a big drive there for TF South, especially after Highland had answered right away to open up the second half. Melgoza's kick is fielded by Tillman at his own goal line. He works his way up close to the 20-yard line. It was actually Xavier Arce on the return. Again, he gets the ball up for Highland And now let's see what Highland has left. Again, coming off a tough loss last week to Crown Point. Highland looking to bounce back. They've still got time. Litoveds airing it out, looking for Arce down the field. And it actually ends up being caught by number 4, Brandon Hubbard. Actually, it falls incomplete. Almost looked there like Hubbard made that catch, but it's incomplete. And now 2nd and 10 for Highland. Litoveds, quarterback keeper, up the middle. This time the Rebels were ready for it. On the prior drive, Litoveds was able to pick up 3 big gains on that same play. Pickup of 3 for Litoveds on the play. And now Highland faces a critical 3rd and 7, getting late in this third quarter and trailing by 21. Litoveds back to throw. He tries the right side. He's got Xavier Arce out there. Got a blocker. And Arce is able to pick up an extra 8 or 10 after the catch. And that's going to give Highland a first down, keep the drive alive for the Trojans. 1st and 10, Highland at their own 36-yard line. 2 receivers left and right, 1 back in the backfield. Arce in motion. The give is to Arce, who cuts it back to the left. He's up the middle, out over midfield, and brought down at about the Rebel 45-yard line. Good cutback by Arce after the initial handoff. And now Highland attempting to answer right back. They are inside Rebel territory with a 1st and 10 at the Rebel 45. Just over 2 minutes remaining here in this third quarter of play. Arce again in motion. This time Litoveds keeps it. And Michael Smith for the Rebels read that one. Actually came crashing down for the opposite side. And held Litoveds to only a 2-yard gain on the play. 2nd and 8. Litoveds looking left the entire time. He is pressured immediately. And number 63, that's Damon Tolbert for the Rebels with the sack. Litoveds was looking to his left, couldn't find anything, and he ran into Damon Tolbert almost immediately. Loss of 1, it's 3rd and 9. Litoveds takes the snap, back to throw. He is looking down the field. And actually underthrew. He had Xavier Arce open, but the pass was short, and now it's time for a Highland punt. Takes a Trojan bounce, and the Rebels will be starting inside their own 10-yard line. And they have a 28-7 lead as we come near the end of the third quarter of play. Isaiah Lewis with the give to Jamarian Gaines. Tries the right side, picks up maybe a couple on the play. And that will be the final play of the third quarter. We start the fourth quarter of play. TF South has a 2nd and 8 from deep in their own territory. Isaiah Lewis keeps the ball up the middle of the field. He's got room. He's out to his 40. He's over midfield, and he is deep inside Trojan territory before finally being brought down by number 15, Garrett Hudnall. But Lewis picks up over 40 yards on the play, and now TF South is in really good shape. 3-touchdown lead. They have the ball, and it's 1st and 10. Michael Smith in motion. Lewis with the fake, looking for the middle of the field. Intended for number 9, Sean Wilson. Pass falls incomplete. 2nd and 10 for TF South. TF South comes in 1-0 to this game after beating Hammond Gavitt last week and looking to get off to a 2-0 start for the season. Jamarian Gaines around the left edge, stays on his feet, stays inbounds. Clock will continue to run, and it's 3rd and about 6 for TF South from the left hash. Isaiah Lewis looking to roll right. Now he's going to keep it himself. He's in deeper inside to Highland territory, inside the 30-yard line to about the 29. And that, again, will create another Rebel first down. TF South has had several long drives tonight. Nice balance of run and pass. They've been able to keep their defense off the field. Quick screen to number 9, Sean Wilson. Falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. Rebels will be home next week, taking on Lamont in their conference opener. 3 receivers out to the top of the screen. Lewis awaits the snap. Inside handoff to Gaines. He's got room up the middle of the field. And he is going to go untouched into the end zone for a TF South touchdown. Jamarian Gaines took that inside handoff. I don't know if a finger was laid on him the entire play. And he ran untouched into the end zone. The extra point attempt is blocked. And TF South's lead is 34-7. Eduardo Melgoza with the kick, goes out of bounds. And Highland will have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Down by 27. Time no longer their friend. And the Rebel offense has been able to sustain drive after drive in this game, kind of wearing down the Highland defense. And now Ethan Litoveds is going to need a miracle. Inside handoff to Jonah Tillman around the left side, stays in bounds. Good move. He's finally brought down by number 73, Miles Watson. But a solid gain on the play for Tillman. It's enough for a Trojan first down. Receivers left and right for Litoveds. Man in motion, that's number 3, Xavier Arce. He keeps it. Tries to get around the corner. Picked up a couple on the play. 3 or 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd and down for Highland. Rebel defense tonight has allowed some yardage. Highland's been able to move the ball, but once they got inside the red zone, that's where the Rebel defense has really stiffened up. Not allowed anything other than the 1 touchdown drive. Litoveds on the keeper this time. Works his way into the middle of the field. And it brings up a 3rd and about 3 for Highland. They need this to have any chance of staying alive in this one. Arce in motion. Litoveds with the keeper. Slithers his way deeper into Rebel territory. Inside the Rebel 30-yard line, it's a Highland first down. Litoveds up to the line of scrimmage. Arce in motion, play action. Litoveds trying the left side of the end zone. Pass was actually touched by Brandon Hubbard. Almost looked as if he was going to bat it down, thinking it might be intercepted, and instead it ended up hitting him right in the hands. But it falls incomplete. 2nd and 10. Litoveds with the handoff to Christian Rios. Cuts back to the left. Picks up maybe 2 or 3 on the play before brought down by Miles Watson. 3rd and 7. Highland fighting the Rebels and the clock at this point. Litoveds takes a snap, back to throw, looking again to the left corner of the end zone. He's got Xavier Arce. Is he in bounds? He is not. Close there. Arce trying to get 1 foot down, but the side judge and back judge both ruled no. And so now it is 4th down for the Trojans. Litoveds into the end zone, and that is intercepted. Number 9, Sean Wilson Jr. was in front of the wide receiver there and was able to intercept the football. And that touchback is going to bring the ball out to the 20-yard line, and TF South in good shape here with just under 7 minutes left in the ballgame. They have the ball and a 27-point lead. Into quarterback for the Rebels is Kendall Beach. Quick pass out to the left side from Beach. Good gain on the play. Still waiting for a whistle there as everybody bottled up. Michael Smith with the reception. And it's enough for a TF South first down. Now Beach in the shotgun. Takes the low snap. Hands it off to number 21, Wilson Buckley Jr. Buckley out over the left side. Picks up maybe a couple on the play. Second down, 7 yards for the Rebels. Beach with the handoff to Buckley Jr. again.
Buckley once again on the carry. Takes it up to 39.
He's tackled just short of the 40-yard line. Got a 3rd and short for the Rebels. Beach from the shotgun takes the snap. Inside handoff again to Buckley. Rebels looking to chew up yardage on the ground, keep that clock moving. And Buckley's legs get the Rebels another first down. 1st and 10 at their own 40. Long snap count there, the inside handoff. This time it's Kendall Beach keeping it. And number 15 for Highland, Garrett Hudnall, sniffed that one out. Came up, wrapped up Kendall Beach, loss on the play. 2nd and 12. And TF South again in good shape, less than 3 minutes to go in the contest. Looks as if they're going to move to 2-0 on the year. Buckley Jr. works his way out near the 40-yard line. It'll be 3rd down for TF South and about 10. Again, the Rebels will take on Lamont next week here at home at Padjen Field. This time Beach fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. He is hit hard by number 60, Dylan Hansen. Fumble on the play. And the hard hit by Hansen knocked the ball loose. Fumble recovered by Gavin Hoffkamp for Highland. And so the Trojans get a turnover And they've got another shot here to move the ball down the field before time runs out on them. Just under 2 minutes left. Lidoved's still in at quarterback. Gives to Christian Rios up the middle of the field. Cuts back once and again. Very nice run there by Christian Rios, deep into Rebel territory. Gain of over 20 on the play, and Highland is in business. 1st and 10 at the Rebel 15-yard line. Both Rios and Tillman, nice running backs. Both good in the open field. Handoff this time to Tillman. He tries the right side. Picks up 3 or 4 on the play before being brought down just short of the Rebel 10. We'll see where the spot is. It's actually right at the 10, so it's 2nd and 5 for Highland. Highland looking to punch one more in here before the end of the game. New quarterback in for Highland, Adam Ahmad, hands to Rios. And time for 1 or 2 more plays here for Highland, depending on what they want to do with timeouts. 2 backs, 1 to each side of Ahmad. Here's the counter to Christian Rios. He works his way into the end zone. Christian Rios with the touchdown for Highland. Again, both Rios and Jonah Tillman, very impressive looking backs for Highland. The extra point is up and good. And that is the final play of tonight's contest. The final score, TF South 34, Highland High School 14. I'm Ken Reynolds. This has been a presentation of L&N Sports.